As a father of three, I emphasize with many parents who worry about drugs. For instance, the Abbotsford Soccer Association decried in an open letter several safety issues related to drug paraphernalia, overdoses, vandalism, even rape at public fields. Does the minister agree it is unacceptable for parents and coaches to have to sweep soccer fields for drug paraphernalia before the start of every game in practice?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, as a parent myself, I will say we're always concerned about public health and public safety for our children, our families, and our communities, but we've committed to a public health approach that is compassionate with a firm lens on public safety as well. Madam Speaker, this is the work that we do comprehensively with all jurisdictions across the country.
The Honourable Member.
What action should parents take when they're exposed to drug paraphernalia at playgrounds and fields? Has the minister provided Canadians with a toolkit to deal with such situations?
The Honourable Minister.
Such actions would be under the bylaws and purview of local communities, municipalities, and jurisdictions. However, we have the No Opioids Education Program, which clearly addresses that.
Honourable Member.
What would the minister say to parents who don't want to take their kids to parks, playgrounds, or the beach for fear of exposure to dirty needles?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, of course this is unacceptable, and I lament the member to not stigmatize this, but talk about how we save lives.
The Honourable Member.
Does the minister agree that it is important to put up warning signs on beaches for fear of exposure?
The Honourable Minister.
It would be for local municipalities or provincial jurisdictions to determine how they want to add that as a layer of enforcement.
The Honourable Member.
Before decriminalization was implemented in BC, did the Department of Health conduct any studies on the impact of public drug use on children? If so, can she please provide such information to the House?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, decriminalization as a tool is one that's well used in many jurisdictions across.
The Honourable Member.
I will take that as a no. When the minister decided to rescind the open drug use policy, was it because she heard, like me, that children were being exposed to hard drugs at schools and in parks?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, BC requested an amendment to their exemption, and we worked with them, as we always have, and will continue to do, to ensure that there's a balance between public health and public safety in all spaces.
Honourable Member.
Did the minister's decision account for open and brazen use of drugs on BC's public transit system?
The Honourable Member. Minister, sorry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. BC's application was prepared with a myriad of experts in many, many fields, including chiefs of police, health experts, and public safety experts, and this is the work that we need to do collaboratively to address
the Honourable Member.
Given that drug toxicity is the leading cause of death for children 10 to 18, should school teachers, parents be trained on how to deal with overdoses?
Minister.
I'm happy to talk about the No Opioids program, Madam Chair, which is what we've implemented in schools across this country and continue to do to help inform and educate.
Honourable Member.
At the Mission Legion, veterans clean up needles and confront crack smoking daily. Do veterans and Legion volunteers need to be trained on overdose scenarios and public safety to keep their property safe and protect life?
The Honourable Minister.
To talk about the training and distribution of naloxone kits that we've done across the country for many communities and institutions. 1.5 million naloxone kits have been distributed by the federal government, and even more so through our provincial cooperation.
The Honourable Member has 54 seconds.
Businesses across the province have reported deteriorating public safety. The Surrey Board of Trade called it a crime tax. Does the minister agree with the Surrey Board of Trade that decriminalization is effectively a crime tax on small businesses?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, we will address this overdose crisis with every tool we have available because communities are asking us to do so. I would encourage the member to speak to his community, to speak to local law enforcement, and also to his local provincial jurisdiction on what works.
The honourable member has 19 seconds.
I would encourage the minister to visit the Abbotsford Soccer Association and address the fear that parents have due to the loss of public order caused by this government's policy. Will the minister meet with the Abbotsford Soccer Association?
We're out of time. The honourable minister can respond.
Madam Speaker, we have met with many communities. Will the Leader of the Opposition meet with Moms Stop the Harm?